For years, Toyota was the punchline of the electric vehicle world. Critics called them dinosaurs. Analysts said they were sleepwalking into irrelevance. Activist investors demanded change. Environmental groups ranked them dead last among major automakers. All because Toyota refused to do what everyone else was doing: bet the entire company on electric vehicles. Fast forward to today, Honda just torched $16 billion canceling their EV program. Ford has lost $19 billion. Stellantis wrote down $27 billion. And Toyota, their EV sales are up 90% this year in a market that is shrinking. Their hybrids are selling faster than they can build them. And the strategy everyone mocked now looks like the smartest play in the entire industry. Today on Nick's Car Review, I am breaking down why Toyota was right about EVs all along and what it means for you as a buyer. Let's get into it. To understand how big this vindication is, you have to remember just how brutal the criticism was. Go back a few years. Tesla was exploding. Every legacy automaker was announcing $100 billion EV plans and promising all electric lineups by 2030 or 2035. GM said it would be all electric by 2035. Ford split itself into separate gas and EV companies. Honda announced a full EV future. And in the middle of all that, Toyota, the biggest automaker on the planet, essentially said no. The face of that resistance was Chairman Akio Toyoda, the grandson of the company's founder. And he did not hedge. He publicly predicted that battery electric vehicles would peak at just 30% of the global market ever. He argued that the enemy was carbon, not the gas engine, and pushed what Toyota calls the multi-pathway approach hybrids: plug-in hybrids, hydrogen, efficient gas engines, and EVs, all developed side by side. He claimed customers should decide the future, not regulators and not politics. He even said there was a silent majority inside the auto industry that privately doubted the all-EV future, but was too afraid to say it out loud. The backlash was relentless. Environmental groups ranked Toyota at the very bottom of major automakers on climate. Headlines called the company an EV obstructionist. When Toyota stepped aside as CEO and handed the job to Koji Sato, much of the press framed it as the company finally repudiating his stubbornness. And to be fair to the critics, Toyota gave them ammunition. Their first EV, the original BZ4X, launched late with mediocre range, slow charging, and an embarrassing recall right out of the gate. It looked like proof that Toyota simply could not build a competitive electric car. Toyota's most controversial claim came in an interview where he argued that the 27 million hybrids Toyota had sold had delivered the same carbon reduction as 9 million battery EVs, and that building those EVs in Japan, where the grid runs heavily on fossil fuels, would have increased emissions, not lowered them. The EV world piled on, but he never backed down. Toyota kept investing in hybrids, including nearly $1 billion in US hybrid production, while quietly building a $14 billion battery plant in North Carolina for the long game. The company was not refusing to go electric. It was refusing to go electric on anyone else's timeline. And that distinction is exactly what is paying off right now. So what happened? In short, everything Akio Toyoda warned about. The turning point came when the federal EV tax credit died in late 2025. That $7,500 subsidy had been propping up demand for years, and the moment it disappeared, the market fell off a cliff. EV sales plunged 36% in the fourth quarter of last year. They fell another 27% to start this year. EV market share, which had peaked above 10% of all new vehicle sales, collapsed to under 6%. The all-electric future everyone had bet on was suddenly running years behind schedule. And the companies that made the biggest bets paid the biggest price. Honda canceled its entire ground-up EV program, the Acura RSX and the Honda Zero Series, absorbing a hit of roughly $16 billion. These were not side projects. They were supposed to be Honda's first true in-house electric vehicles, built at a new plant in Ohio, gone before a single customer delivery. Ford has now lost around $19 billion on its EV division, discontinued the F-150 Lightning, and is essentially waiting out the market until its next generation platform arrives. Stellantis recorded the largest EV write-down in industry history at $27 billion and abandoned its all-electric targets across Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, and Fiat. Ram canceled its electric pickup outright. Tesla discontinued the Model S and Model X. Nissan killed the Ariya in America. Volkswagen dropped the ID.4 and canceled the ID.7. More than 20 EVs have been discontinued or canceled in the past year alone. Added up, and the industry has burned through more than $60 billion, chasing a timeline that did not exist. Now look at Toyota's side of the ledger. No canceled flagship programs, no $20 billion write-downs, no embarrassing retreats. Because Toyota never overcommitted in the first place. The multi-pathway strategy meant they never had to walk anything back. And then the second half of the vindication arrived gas prices. With tensions in the Middle East pushing the national average above $4 a gallon, American buyers stampeded toward fuel efficiency. But without the tax credit, most of them did not stampede toward EVs. They went to hybrids. Exactly the technology Toyota spent 25 years perfecting, while critics called it a half measure. The numbers this year are stunning. Hyundai's hybrid sales are up 67% in the first half. Kia's hybrids jumped 152% in the second quarter. Honda just posted record electrified sales. Industry analysts now describe the market as a tale of haves and have-nots. The automakers with strong hybrid lineups are growing, and the ones without them are shrinking. GM, which bet almost everything on pure EVs and offers essentially one low-volume hybrid, saw total sales fall, while Toyota posted its best first quarter ever in America and kept climbing through the second quarter. Think about the position Toyota holds right now. They are the world's largest automaker. They dominate the hottest segment in the market, hybrids, with the RAV4, the Camry, the Corolla, and a lineup that is moving toward hybrid availability on nearly everything they sell. Their factories are running full speed on vehicles buyers want today, not vehicles regulators hoped they would want by 2030. The company that was ranked dead last on the EV transition is now the company best matched to what American buyers are choosing with their own money. Toyota said customers, not politics, should decide. The customers have decided, and they decided he was right. Here is the part of this story that makes it perfect. If Toyota had simply skipped EVs and ridden the hybrid wave, critics could still say they got lucky, but that is not what happened. While everyone else was retreating from electric vehicles, Toyota quietly launched their real EV offensive, and it is working better than almost anyone else's. Toyota's fully electric sales in America are up 90% in the first half of this year. Read that again. In a market that shrank 27%. In the same year, Honda and Ford and Stellantis were burning billions and canceling programs. Toyota nearly doubled its EV sales. The refresh BZ led the charge. Toyota fixed nearly everything wrong with the original, pushed range to 314 miles, priced it at $36,350, then stacked up to $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing on top. The result? The BZ became America's best-selling non-Tesla EV in the first quarter, beating the Ioniq 5, the Equinox EV, and every other established player. It has moved more than 17,500 units this year. Then Toyota kept pressing. The new electric CHR launched partway through the second quarter and immediately sold 3,748 units. The Lexus RZ doubled its sales this year, moving over 1,000 units in a single month. And the pipeline is still loading. The 3-row Highlander EV arrives before the end of the year, along with 2 new Lexus EVs. The brand that was mocked for showing up late is now scaling its electric lineup at the exact moment its competitors are canceling theirs. Late, it turns out, was on time. And notice the deeper pattern. Toyota's EVs are succeeding without a tax credit built for a market where value has to stand on its own. Every other automaker designed their EV business around a subsidy that no longer exists. Toyota designed theirs around the customer. That is not luck. That is the multi-pathway strategy doing exactly what Toyota said it would do. So what is the takeaway if you are shopping right now? 3 things. First, brand stability matters more than ever. When you buy a vehicle, you are betting the company will be around to support it warranty, parts, software, service for a decade or more. Toyota just proved it can thrive in the worst EV market in years without wobbling. That is worth real money and peace of mind, whether you buy their hybrid or their EV. Second, the Toyota BZ has quietly become one of the smartest EV buys in America. 300 plus miles of range, aggressive discounts, 0% financing, and the most trusted reliability reputation in the industry behind it. If you have been waiting for a safe first EV, this is what one looks like. Third, do not let anyone shame you toward or away from any powertrain. The lesson of this entire saga is that the market rewards what works for real people, not what a 5-year plan says people should want. If a hybrid fits your life better than an EV right now, that is a rational choice. Toyota built its comeback on respecting exactly that. The company everyone called a dinosaur is having the last laugh. Honda lost 16 billion. Ford lost 19. Stellantis lost 27. Toyota lost nothing, dominates hybrids, and is now one of the fastest growing EV brands in America. Akio Toyoda told the world the future would not arrive on a mandate schedule, and the world spent $60 billion finding out he was right. I'm Nick, this has been Nick's Car Review, and I will see you in the next one.